مرحبا واهلا وسهلا فيكم. Hope you're well and happy and wonderful day. Welcome to our third part of phrases that use the name of Allah in daily conversation. This is our part 3, and as I've mentioned previously, we use the name Allah or the word Allah. It's commonly used in daily conversation, Levantine Arabic, and these expressions often reflect cultural and religious sentiments, so they are widely used and deeply embedded in everyday speech. So I hope you enjoyed today's session as you did the 2 previous ones. And as always, if you do have any questions, then please feel free to ask. Great, let's get started to it. As always, guys, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and hit that like button. And apparently 40% of my viewers that haven't subscribed, so I don't know why. If you're watching, you're not subscribed. There must be a good reason. Let me know why. Great, and our first phrase is Allah يرزقك. Allah يرزقك. Allah يرزقك, and that's if you're talking to a woman. And then Allah يرزقك, and that is if you're talking to a man. So the difference between both is the ek is always for a woman and the ak is always for a man. But if you look at the rest of it, it's pretty much the same. And note as well the letter qaf. Sometimes people tend to pronounce it as the glottal stop, so the sound. And there are a lot of other people, they do tend to go ahead and pronounce it qaf, how it should be. I'll give you a taste. Allah يرزقك, Allah يرزقك, Allah يرزقك, Allah يرزقك. And with the glottal stop, Allah يرزقك, Allah يرزقك, Allah يرزقك. And that is the difference between both. So please feel free to stick whichever you like. In terms of the meaning, as you see on the screen, it says, may God provide for you, may God make your work in daily life easy and facilitate the way you make or earn your money. And in terms of the use, it's pretty much self-explanatory. We use it to wish somebody or someone financial or material success, often in the context of work or business, as I mentioned earlier. We've got an example here below. It says, Allah يرزقك بالرزق الحلال. Allah يرزقك بالرزق الحلال. May Allah provide you with a lawful sustenance. And that is Allah يرزقك بالرزق الحلال. Our next phrase, Allah ينور دربك. Allah ينور دربك. Allah, we know is Allah. Yinawwar, which means to enlighten, and darb is road or path, and the ek. So that's if you're talking or addressing a woman, and if you're addressing a man, you'd say Allah yinawwar darbak. Allah yinawwar darbak. So that's the difference between both, and pretty much if you look at the script or the transliteration, it's pretty much the same, or the main difference is basically the ending. So that is for you. Next, in terms of the meaning, which means may God enlighten your path, may God make it smoother or facilitate, or in terms of ease or success. And in terms of the use, it's pretty much self-explanatory. It doesn't need much explanation. And we use it in a way or in order to wish somebody guidance, success, and clarity in their life or decisions. And I've got an example here for you. Allah ينور دربك بكل خطوة بتاخديها. Allah ينور دربك, may Allah enlighten your path, بكل, in every خطوة, step. So خطوة is a step. بتاخدي, you take, ha, it, in every step you take it, in every step you go ahead. It's a lovely phrase, if I'm honest with you. If you to wish one of your loved ones, friends and family. I definitely use this one. Our next phrase is Allah يكبرك بعزك. So Allah يكبرك, may you grow to be old in dignity. Allah يكبرك بعزك, and it means may Allah have his blessing on you and you have a long life with dignity or living in dignity. And that's if you're talking to a woman. So Allah يكبرك بعزك. So az is dignity. Allah يكبرك بعزك. And in terms of the meaning, it's pretty much as you see on the screen, may Allah raise you in dignity. So you could use it pretty much to a man or a woman. And you know now how to change it to talk to a man. All you need to do is to change the ending from an ek to an ak if you want to talk to a man. And in terms of the use, this phrase we use it said or addressed to someone young, usually by an elderly, as a way to wish them success and dignity as they grow older and wiser. Fingers crossed. I've got an example here for you if you're addressing a man. So Allah يكبرك بعزك. Allah يكبرك بعزك. So that's the masculine one. That's the masculine version. Allah يكبرك بعزك يا ابني, my son. May Allah raise you in dignity, my son. So it's a lovely phrase. It's absolutely a lovely phrase to use. Our next phrase is Allah يهدي بالك. Allah يهدي بالك. So hada is to guide. Hada is to guide, and bal is mind or peace of mind. May Allah give you a peace of mind. Allah yahdi balik, and that is if you're talking to a woman. If you're talking to a man, Allah yahdi balak. Allah yahdi balak. So that is if you're talking to a man. And in terms of the meaning, as you see on the screen, may Allah calm your mind, or may Allah put you on the right path so you have a peace of mind, or you have a peace in mind. And in terms of the use, we use it, or it's said to someone who is stressed or anxious, or wishing them a peace and tranquility. So this is a lovely phrase, if you see somebody stressed or anxious. So it's a lovely phrase to use in that context. I've got an example here for you. Allah يهدي بالك وما تشغل بالك كتير. Allah يهدي بالك وما تشغل بالك كتير. So, and it means may Allah calm your mind, may Allah give you tranquility, and hope you don't worry too much. So it's a lovely indirect phrase, just trying to help to de-stress a situation or calm the person down. Our next phrase is Allah يرفع عنك. Allah يرفع عنك. Allah يرفع عنك. So rafa is to raise or to lift. An is off. So you kind of slowly get to know what this might phrase be used for. And if you're talking to a man, you'd say Allah يرفع عنك. Allah يرفع عنك. Allah يرفع عنك. And Allah يرفع عنك. In terms of the meaning, here we are. May Allah lift or unburden off you or offload off you. So it's somebody who's been, feeling a bit stressed, a bit too much, or having a very stressful time, or suffering in that instance. So may Allah, lift this burden off you. In terms of the use, we've just said it. So I said to somebody or to someone who is suffering or going through a hardship, wishing them relief, and it's something really lovely. It's often used with sickness, but then it could be with anything, like, for example, what the poor people in Palestine and Lebanon are experiencing these days. So you would use such phrase, would be used in that context. I've got an example here for you. It says, Allah يرفع عنك المرض. Allah يرفع عنك المرض, marad, which means illness or sickness. May Allah lift this illness from you and hope you get well soon. It's the equivalent of speedy recovery, or you're wishing somebody to have a speedy recovery. Our next phrase is Allah يعوض عليكي. Allah يعوض عليكي. Allah يعوض عليكي. So عوض is to compensate. And عليكي, which means on you. That's if you're talking to a woman. And Allah يعوض عليك. Allah يعوض عليك, and that is if you're talking to a man. So slowly you're trying to frame a picture or have an idea what this phrase is going to be used for. Here is the meaning. May Allah compensate you. So we use this quite a lot if somebody's been subjected to something very hard or sudden financial loss. So we use it in that context or in that instance. So say to somebody who has suffered a loss or a setback, wishing them that Allah will make up for what they lost. I've got an example here for you. خسرت شغلك. Did you lose your job? خسرت شغلك. Allah يعوض عليك. Allah يعوض عليك. May Allah give you another one or compensate you for that loss. So it's a lovely phrase, to use. Moving on, our next phrase. Allah يسامحك. Samah is to forgive. Allah يسامحك. Allah يسامحك if you're talking to a woman. So now you know what's the meaning of this phrase and when you might want to use it. So because now you know the verb. سامح. سامح, which is to forgive. Allah يسامحك, and that is if you're talking to a woman. Allah يسامحك. Allah يسامحك, and that is if you're talking to a man. Allah يسامحك. And in terms of the meaning, as you see on the screen, and I'm pretty sure all of you got the meaning, may Allah forgive you. And in terms of the use, it's often used to express disappointment or frustration with someone's actions, implying that they have done something wrong. It's a lovely phrase to use, to de-escalate a tense situation, for example. I've got an example here for you. كذبت علي. كذبت علي. Allah يسامحك. So كذب is to lie. علي, on me. You've lied to me. كذبت علي. You've lied to me. Allah يسامحك, may Allah forgive you. And the example by itself, you've learned a new expression. كذبت علي. You've lied to me. Our next phrase is Allah يعين. Allah يعين. A'an is to help or to support or to give support. Allah يعين. Allah يعين. And in terms of the meaning, it means may Allah help you. May Allah give you that strength and support. And in terms of the use, we use it to express sympathy or encouragement, especially when someone is dealing with a difficult task or situation. So we've got an example here for you. Allah يعينك على هالشغل الصعب. Allah يعينك, may Allah give you help or support or strength. على, on or for, هالشغل, this work, الصعب, difficult. Especially if you've got a lovely manager, you could use that for. So the phrase again, Allah يعين. Our next phrase is widely used. Allah يسعدك. Allah يسعدك. Allah يسعدك. Sa'ad, which means to make someone happy. Allah يسعدك. Allah يسعدك, and that is if you're talking to a woman. Allah يسعدك, and that is if you're talking to a man. Allah يسعدك. Allah يسعدك. In terms of the meaning, it was pretty much self-explanatory once you know the verb. May Allah make you happy. So we use it to wish someone happiness. And this phrase is often used in response to a kind act or something, somebody done something kind to you or something they have said or done. So it's a lovely phrase if somebody done something like that for you or done you a favor. So you could say that in response to that kind help or kind act. I have got an example here for you. Allah يسعدك على هالكلام الطيب. Allah يسعدك, may God make you happy. على, on or for, هالكلام, this kind of speech or word or talk. الطيب, طيب, which means kind. So الطيب, kind. So طيب is kind. And with food would mean delicious. So multifunctional adjective. Our next phrase is Allah يعطيكي الصحة. Allah يعطيك الصحة. So عطا is to give and صحة is health. Now you know when we might use this phrase. So once you break it down into the components, or once you break the components down, then you will know what this phrase means. If you come across, some people tend to use it. So Allah يعطيك الصحة, and that is if you're talking to a man. So that is Allah يعطيك الصحة, and that is if you're talking to a man. You could equally use it to talk to a woman. All you need to do is to change the ending. So you could say Allah يعطيكي الصحة. So the difference would be adding extra E to the end of يعطيك if you want to address a woman. Let's have a look. In terms of the meaning, may Allah give you health. So it's a lovely phrase to use or to wish someone, to give them a good health, often as a way of thanking them for their efforts or as a general well-wishing. So it doesn't have to be for something, or in return to something. You could just use it to wish somebody well. That is absolutely fine. I've got an example here for you. Allah يعطيكي الصحة. Allah يعطيكي الصحة. That is if you're talking to a woman. Allah يعطيكي الصحة على تعبك معنا. Allah يعطيكي الصحة على تعبك معنا. Allah يعطيكي الصحة, may God give you health or good health. على تعبك, for your hard work. معنا, for your hard work. على تعبك, for your hard work. معنا, with us. Allah يعطيكي الصحة على تعبك معنى. And with this lovely phrase, we have reached to the end of this session and this series. This is our part 3. If you need or want to see the other parts, all you need to do is to go to the library section, all the videos, and you will see them there. And with this, I wish you a wonderful day. And as always, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe if you haven't, as I mentioned earlier. And don't forget to support the channel, guys, to help you to make more videos for everybody. And so far, we've made massive progress in order to making learning Levantine a little bit more accessible, and that was the whole idea of this project, if I'm honest with you. So don't forget, there's a couple of links in the description below if you want to support the channel. With this, I'll end today's session. Till next time, stay safe. Ma salame.